Chapter 52, divided by 4. You really better watch where she puts her key, Benedict said when we got to the classroom. We're going to need every little bit of help we can get. For sure. And she's not the only one who isn't going to be happy. I looked around at a room full of classmates who were probably already trying to decide whether to go for hot fudge or butterscotch. Everyone's going to be angry with us when they figure out who ruined the average. My hopes drooped even lower when Miss Fractali walked into the classroom. She unlocked the cabinet, but then she took the old lock off and put another one in its place. The new one looked like some kind of combination lock with a row of buttons on the front. Well, that's the end of that, I said to Benedict. All we can do is wait for our doom, he said. We waited all morning, wondering when she'd tell everyone the bad news. But she didn't say a word. Finally, when the class headed out to recess and lunch, Miss Fractali said, Logan, Benedict, I need to speak with you. Oh, no. I looked over at Benedict, who was looking at me. I think we both gulped, trying to swallow. We walked up to Miss Fractali's desk. I don't understand your tests, she said. You both did perfectly on the first part and terribly on the last. The word problems counted for half the grade. Your scores dragged the whole class down below 85%. Can you explain this? Again, I looked at Benedict and he looked at me. I waited. He was really good at coming up with excuses. No explanation? She asked. I'd love to give you another chance, but I can't without a good reason. My mind sort of went blank. I said, I lost my math skills, but I think they came back now. Mine too, Benedict said. I guess I'll have to wait until the next test to find out, Miss Fractali said. She got up from her desk and went to the closet. I turned toward the door. We're doomed, I said to Benedict. Everyone is going to be angry, he said. We might have to move. I have an uncle in Argentina. I've heard they have good steaks down there. You can come. He has lots of room. Behind me, I heard a rattling sound. I looked over my shoulder. Miss Fractali was yanking at her new lock. What's wrong? I asked. I was afraid I'd lose the piece of paper with the instructions, the way I was always losing the key, so I put it in my purse, she said. Then I locked my purse in the cabinet, as I always do. You didn't memorize the combination? I asked. She shrugged. I didn't get a chance to memorize it or even look at it. I was up pretty late grading the tests. Let me see. I liked playing with locks. It's hopeless. She said there's too many combinations. I lifted up the lock and looked at it. There were 5 buttons on front labeled A, B, C, D, E. How does it work? I asked. I'm supposed to push some of them in, she said, but I don't know which ones or how many. I can get a saw, Benedict said. Yeah, a power saw. Or those giant pliers they use on cars. Wait, better idea. We could go to the high school and get some hydrochloric acid from the chemistry lab. That'll eat right through it. He kept talking, but I stopped listening. The lock had all of my attention. I knew there were letters on it, but it reminded me of the kind of number problems we'd solved at the museum. It's binary, I shouted as the answer hit me. Cool, Benedict said. He stopped talking and looked over my shoulder. Yeah, you're right. I turned toward Miss Fractali. If there was just one button, you'd only have 2 choices, right? I pushed down the button with A on it and then it popped back up. And 2 buttons would only give you 4 choices, Benedict said. For sure, I said. It was definitely like the binary numbers we'd learned about. And 3 buttons would be 8, Benedict said, like Dr. Thagoras's light switches. I held up my right hand and stuck out 1 finger at a time, doubling the number with each new finger. Pinky, 2. Ring finger, 4. Middle finger, 8. Benedict and Miss Fractali joined in. Index finger, 16. Thumb, my whole hand was spread wide now, 32. Well, that's not a lot at all, Miss Fractali said. I should have realized it right away. Sometimes we all forget our math skills, I said. I thought about those pennies that doubled every week for a year. It's a good thing the lock didn't have 52 buttons, or even 10. I started pushing the 5 buttons, going through the 32 possible combinations. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 down. Up, down, up. Up, down, down. Up, down, up, up. Up, down, up, down. Up, down, down, up. Up, down, down, down. I tugged on the lock after each combination. I hoped I wasn't missing something. It seemed too easy. Then, after more than 20 attempts, I tried. Down, up, down, up, down. The lock pulled open. I did it! I shouted. Logan, that was wonderful, Miss Fratelli said. I noticed that the A, C, and E were pushed down. Ace, I said. I'll bet you'll never forget that combination. And I'll never forget how you two helped me, she said. That's the power of 2, I said. She looked at the clock. How'd you boys like another chance at the last part of the test? If anyone had ever told me I'd be cheering at a chance to take a math test, I never would have believed it. But I sure was cheering then. Ready? I asked Benedict as we walked back to our desks with new copies of the test. Let's ace this, he said. Shh, I said that combination is a secret. But when Miss Fratelli graded our tests, that's exactly what we did. Benedict and I aced it, saving our grades and the ice cream party. And wouldn't you know it, when the time came for the party, we both ended up getting brain freeze again. But at least this time, we didn't get numbed.